morning. Have I got news for you? I'm Roy Wood Jr. In the news this week. This is how it starts.
There are 2 people who have died.
A tourist has a confusing experience at Madame Tussauds Wax Museum.
Are these people real? Are they alive? And can they write email?
White women get the pep talk they needed to thrive in 25.
To not give up, to not look down, to not end up in the Container Store like I did for 3 weekends in a row.
On Everest Team tonight, you know him from Kids in the Hall, Fargo, and News Radio. Fun fact, he was the one who first said to Joe Rogan, hey, you ever heard of these things called podcasts? It's Dave Foley. And joining Michael, she's the representative from Texas' 30th Congressional District. And if she's got good posture, that's because lately, she's the only Democrat with a spine. It's Congresswoman Jasmine Crockett. All right, let's get into the biggest stories of the week. Amber and Dave, I'll start with you. I'm going to show you a clip package referencing a major news event from this week. You look at the package, tell me, what is the story?
Helicopters. Where aren't they?
That's a Russian flag.
And that's Ukraine.
Ukrainian flag. There's a contract,
No.
There was a deal that was going to be signed between the United States and the Ukraine. They're calling it a deal. It was more of like an extortion to sign over the rare earth minerals.
Vibranium.
Yeah. Yes.
You had points right up to vibranium. Yes, that is the story. Mr. Zelensky, the Ukrainian president, came to Washington to nail out a deal over rare earth minerals, and then it went completely off the rails. Question off the top, how did Trump greet the Ukrainian president, who is, as of right now, still America's ally?
A chest bump? It's not impossible.
Not.
Trump greeted President Zelensky with a customary American negging.
Ready close? How are you? Ready shut?
He's all dressed up today.
Bitch, my country is at war. I need to be dressed in war shit. I can't go.
Traditionally, diplomatic attire requires a tie that covers your balls.
You want me to be tough? I could be tougher than any human being you've ever seen. I'd be so tough.
You're right, his tie is covering his body.
And may I say, did you not find that comforting?
If Trump is bad cop, who was in there playing good cop?
There wasn't one.
It was Vice President J.D. Vance who rolled out the Ohio hospitality like this.
For 4 years in the United States of America, we had a president who stood up at press conferences and talked tough about Vladimir Putin, and then Putin invaded Ukraine and destroyed a significant chunk of the country. What makes America a good country is America engaging in diplomacy. That's what President Trump is doing.
Vance said what he had to say, then Zelensky hit him with the old, well, actually.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. So he occupied our parts, big parts of Ukraine, part of East and Crimea. So he occupied it on 2014. Those time was Obama, then President Obama, then President Trump, then President Biden, now the President Trump, and God bless, now President Trump will stop him. But during 2014, nobody stopped him. He just occupied and took. He killed people.
You know what?
Ooh.
Facts are rude.
Well, sometimes you got the Ukraine-splain shit to people.
He came in, laid it out, and tied them up, in their own words, in his fourth language. That is how easy it is.
Yeah.
Zelensky said what he had to say. Here was Vance in response.
With respect, I think it's disrespectful for you to come into the Oval Office and try to litigate this in front of the American media. Right now, you guys are going around and forcing conscripts to the front lines because you have manpower problems. You should be thanking the president for trying to bring an end to this conflict.
Oh, thank you for letting your dog shit in my yard. Thank you. Now, J.D. told Zelensky, you should be thanking me. Now, how you think old Zelensky responded to that?
I'm pretty sure he realized the error of his ways.
Here,
and
take 80% of our natural wealth.
Yes.
Zelensky clapped back with this.
You ever been to Ukraine that you say what problems we have?
Have you ever been there before? Have you been to Ukraine? To which J.D. Vance said,
I've actually watched and seen the stories, and I know that what happens is you bring people, you bring them on a propaganda tour, Mr. President.
if you watch it, you've been there. I watched Star Wars, man. I've been to the Dagobah system. I've been to Tatooine. I've been there. Have you been there?
Yeah, I've seen the stories. I didn't have the time to read them.
And I'm sure that, you know, they have a trip planned because obviously Joe Biden did it. So, of course, they're going to walk and see what's going on.
Yeah. As soon as there's a Trump Tower they can stay at.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah. If you want to know how Zelensky's handling all of this, just watch his eyebrows anytime you see him on camera in America. Just look at his eyebrows right here.
They respect me. Let me tell you.
My eyebrows get me in trouble, too.
It's like in a cartoon where your eyebrows raise up off of your head. That's how high the mugs got.
There was a metaphor Trump kept coming back to over and over.
He said you don't have good cards. You're not playing good cards. And Zelensky took some offense to that.
He had the nerve to say, we're not playing cards.
Imagine that.
And pointed out they were, what's it called? Fighting a war.
Here's the exact analogy Trump kept making.
You don't have the cards right now. With us, you start having
not
cards.
playing
But
cards.
right now, you don't.
I'm very
You're playing
serious,
cards.
Mr. President.
You're
I'm
playing
very
cards.
serious.
You're
I'm
gambling
the
with the
president
lives
in
of
war.
millions of people.
You think-
You're gambling with World War III.
What are you speaking about? What is this? Why are you such an asshole to me?
What was the moment after this?
There's more?
Where,
I know, right? Like, seriously.
where the meeting really, really went off the rails. See, that was just off the rails. That was on the rails, off the rails, and then it went really, really off the rails.
A bear came in and fought everyone? What else?
It was this exchange where Zelensky landed a punch. Let's see if y'all can see where it exactly happened.
You invited
If
me
you
to
didn't
speak.
have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3
okay?
days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days.
Now, I will say the one good thing about this meeting is that when they do that reunion show with Andy Cohen, it's going to be good.
Yeah, but it should have ended with Zelensky snatching his wig. That would have been appropriate. Yeah.
So Fox put a pretty good spin on what happened. Here's what Fox News said.
The lunch that they were supposed to have is sitting right outside the hallway, and the press staffers are going to be eating that lunch.
What do y'all think the consequences are going to be from all of this?
It's going to be really bad. I mean, I do believe that Putin did win, right? Like, he literally has the president of the United States under his finger.
I would like to point out, I don't think it's his finger that Trump is under. I can see where you might make the mistake.
It's still, where does your mind go on a regular basis?